I got good news for you today. Good news, good news, good news. We always bringing you good news in Canada and across the globe. Beautiful people, once again, welcome to the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please take this time to subscribe to the channel. I have a good news for you as always. And today I find myself in a very beautiful outdoor space. It's the summertime. And today I have a bit of a news for you from Ontario government, Doug Ford. And the title is Ontario is providing free training for truck drivers. So the title reads, new project will provide 1.3 million for more than 50 job seekers to kickstart their careers in the transportation industry. And this is what the news is saying. So I'm just going to be reading from my laptop to showcase to you what the government initiative is. So first of all, it says the Ontario government is investing 1.3 million to prepare 54 women, newcomers and also others from underrepresented group for in-demand career in the trucking industry. Across Ontario, at least 6,100 more truck drivers are needed to fill a job vacancies and to ensure families and business receive goods on time and on the province economy reaches its full potential. Only 2% of Ontario truck drivers are women, which is why the program will reimburse up to $4,500 for childcare and other living expenses. So this is a gap that the Ontario government, Doug Ford, identified that there's a lot of women that are not in the trucking industry, and currently there's a bit of a shortages. So in order to address these shortages, the government is putting some sort of incentives in place, catering to the women to actually get into the trucking industry to fill these gaps. Which is also a very good initiative. So as a citizen, as a permanent resident, even a newcomer, this is a very good opportunity for you. So let's continue to read on. It says this innovative program will help break down barriers to attract more women in the trucking industry, said Premier Doug Ford. As we build Ontario, we are going to need all hands on deck. So we need everybody to actually be involved and participate in the economy. That's why our government is working hard to ensure that all skilled occupations are more accessible and welcoming for women and all underrepresented groups. So this is the government of Ontario speaking that this is a mandate, an initiative that is put into place so that there's an equal opportunity for women to also get into the trucking industry, which is very good. So the article continued to read that led by the Women Trucking Federation of Canada, this free project will provide participants with up to 200 hours of training needed to obtain their AZ, which is a trucking license, and a DZ, which is also another trucking licenses. So this initiative will eventually help individuals to actually obtain these two licenses that I just mentioned, which is the AZ and then the DZ, which is also a trucking licensing. So instructors will use both virtual reality systems and in-cab hands-on training to teach job seekers how to operate a commercial vehicle, perform maneuvers, conduct inspections, maintain the vehicles, and understand commercial vehicle systems and controls. So the focus of the program is not just a driving, but in order to be able to maintain these trucks and also be able to maneuver them, and also to make sure we kind of be able to maintain overall well-being of this truck system so that they last for the very long time. So I think it's a very feasible skills, and it's gonna combine e-learning with also in-person learning within classes to make sure that we achieve this goal. Very incentivized program. So let's read on to see what the article continues to say. Okay, so it said the truckers are everyday heroes who keep the wheels of our economy turning. So if you look at the Canadian commerce, truck drivers are the people that are driving from the United States, from Mexico, from other parts of Canada, from one place to other just to provide us with our food and our e-commerce materials, such as our factory hardwares, our stores. All these things are coming from truck drivers. So it's a very, very critical component of our economy. And I'm very, very glad that the government is taking this initiative to make sure it's addressing this issue. So basically, it says that the Minister of Labor, which is Boateng, Immigration Training and Skill Development, he's saying that he's so proud to make Ontario the first province in Canada to guarantee truck drivers the right to access washrooms, and our government will continue to invest in training to ensure everyone in our community gets a shot at earning a bigger paycheck for themselves and their family. So our Minister of Labor, Immigration and Training and Skill Development, this is also something that he liked to add, that he's a very, very grateful, and he's very, very happy that we're getting this component of the economy also running, so that at least in Ontario, we can actually move forward and compete other global cities and other global networks. And he's claiming that he's very proud that Ontario was the first province in Canada that guaranteed truck drivers have access to washroom. Because sometimes when you have a very long driving, most truck drivers used to be on the road and usually use the washroom on the side. But this minister was able to initiate this policy where it allows them to have a washroom, and he's very, very proud of it, and he's talking about it. So let's continue to read through the article. It says this project will also cover training for forklift operation, defensive driving, workplace violence and harassment, and human trafficking awareness. So this is not just only going into the truck and start driving it, but there's also a component of a forklift operation, defensive driving, and also it's going to teach you about workplace violence. So if it's any situation within the workplace, then definitely this can be addressed. So I think it's a very comprehensive program that the government is putting into place. Also, after completing the program, the Women's Trucking Federation of Canada will work with the graduates to ensure they are employed as a professional drivers. So that's the kicker. That is the ticket. So getting actually the courses 200 hours of total class time doesn't mean that once it's done, you're going to be unemployed. But this federation actually in place is going to ensure each woman that enroll into these classes also is guaranteed a job. So I think this is a very, very good news in terms of diversification and filling the labor market. I think this is a very, very positive sign, especially for young women and young adults and even older women that would like to get into the trucking industry. So just let's to also conclude this article. It says that this investment in the trucking industry directly helps more people achieve fulfilling careers as a professional drivers, says Shelley Walker, a CEO of the Women's Trucking Federation of Canada. With a significant and a growing skilled driver shortages facing Ontario trucking industry, this initiative is a timely in both removing barriers to employment and supporting Ontario economy. We thank Premier Ford and the Minister Boateng for their leadership and support, and we look forward to working with them on this incredible, important initiative. And I think here what they're trying to highlight is that if you look at a certain field, sometimes it's a very gender focused. Certain fields, people feel like only men can do it or women. But I think this initiative is actually going to provide a platform where there is an equal opportunity for both women and men to have access to the truck driving industry. And I'm very, very, very happy, and I'm all for it. So let's conclude with the part of where there's incentive, where it says to remove the barrier to participation, the participant will be eligible to receive up to $1,000 for transportation and a childcare support. In addition, they will also receive $300 for equipment and also a $400 weekly allowances. This is better than you can actually think. Actually, you're going to school and you can actually get $400 weekly allowances on top of $1,000 transportation fees that you're going to be using, plus $300 of equipment. So if you combine all this, you get $1,000 for transportation, $300 for equipment, and $400 weekly. So in combination, you're getting so much money, up to about $4,500 for the entire duration of the program. And I think it's such a very, very beautiful incentive the government is giving. So the last portion of this article says that This project is funded through the Government Skill Development Fund and over 700 million initiative, which support groundbreaking programs that connect job seekers with the skills and the training they need to find well-paying career close to home. So in a nutshell, the government is investing about 700 million into this program, and I think it's a very, very wonderful news. If you get this video, make sure that you share this video with your loved ones so that individuals will become aware of certain opportunities within the country. Because at times, sometimes when these opportunities come, we don't grab it and eventually it goes away. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and also help it grow. We're gonna be bringing you more news updates in Canada, in Ontario, and across Canada and the globe. So stay tuned and make sure you share this video. It's your boy KB presenting Canada to the world, and this is the only place where you get all the updates in Canadian education, finances, real estate, how to live, and everything. Thank you and have a wonderful day.